Hey guys, it's Rain Dermot here. Just thought I would do a quick review on a tablet that I've purchased in the last week or so. It's called a Teclast X98 Air II. What is it? Well, it's an Android and Windows tablet from China, and it's actually pretty awesome. The specs of this tablet. Alright, well, there we go. There, it's in Chinese, but it runs an Intel 22mm Bay Trail 64-bit processor. It's called a Z3736F. It's clocked at 2.16 GHz. It has a 9.7-inch Retina display, same as the iPad Air II, which is 2048 by 1536 pixels. It has 2 GB of 64-bit DDR3L RAM, and it also has 64 GB of eMMC memory. That memory is shared with Android and Windows, shared between them. Both of them get about, say, 20 GB each once you factor in, free space once you factor in the operating systems on each side. Alright, well, let's have a look at the tablet itself. Here it is here, quite a glossy screen, very similar in shape and design to the iPad Air II. Actually, what I'll do, I'll just rotate that out of the light a bit. There we go. Sorry about that. Alright, so like I said, it's very similar in design to the iPad Air II. From the screen to the construction in general, same, width and diameter and depth. The back of it's actually made out of this sort of pitted, it could be aluminium, I'm not too sure. It's quite sturdy though, it's fine, makes it a bit easier to hold, not quite as smooth as an iPad, but I think it's not too bad. Alright, let's have a quick look around the tablet. There's the back of it there. As I said, it's an X98 Air II Teclast. This is actually the latest revision. You can see there HG9M. The latest revision apparently has Samsung eMMC memory, which is the fastest. There's 2 speakers down on the bottom there. They are quite loud, no real complaints. On the bottom we have ports for micro HDMI, headphones and micro USB. On the side there we have a port for a micro SD card slot. Microphone is on the side there. Up the top here is a 5 megapixel camera, and on the front up the top here is a 1.9 megapixel camera. I have to say, camera quality or picture quality isn't crash hot. It's passable, but other tablets do it better, but considering this is only a $260 tablet, that's Australian dollars, it's okay. Alright, so first I'll show you Windows 10 running on this tablet. It runs actually extremely well. This is the login screen here. I'll just put in my password. Alright, and there's the desktop. Like I said, it comes with Windows 8.1 out of the box. This is upgraded to Windows 10, and Windows 10 runs perfectly well. The interface is pretty fluid. No real lag or anything like that to complain of. In general, it does lag occasionally, but it's certainly not an issue. I think it's more of a Windows 10 thing rather than any limitations of the tablet. I've hooked up a keyboard and mouse using the micro USB port to full-size USB port, and it works fine. It works just like a normal Windows PC. It is running the full version of Windows. It's not Windows RT or something like that. This is the full version. For some reason, even though it's a 64-bit processor, Windows, as it's pre-installed on the tablet, is only 32-bit. I'm not sure why. I'm not technically minded, but there must be some reason why Teclast have done that. But yeah, Windows 10 works really, really well. Battery life in Windows 10, Not quite as impressive as Android. I guess you could get about 5 or 6 hours out of it through just normal use during the day, which isn't too bad compared to, say, some normal or more well-known Windows 10 tablets. Android seems to be, at least on the Android 5 build, a bit more battery efficient. But no complaints at all. It actually is really, really good in terms of battery, considering that this tablet does come from China. What I'll do now, I'll just show you how to boot into Android. Now, normally what you would do out of the box before you've upgraded either operating system, you would hold down the power and volume up button after you power off the tablet. Sorry, you wait for the screen to go black, hold down the power and volume up button. It boots into an environment where it gives you the choice to choose which operating system you want to go into. You then select it and it'll boot into that operating system. After you upgrade it though, you can, particularly on the Android side, there's an app that's added on Android 5 that allows you to boot into Windows. You just select it and it asks you if you want to boot into Windows. You go yes, the tablet reboots and it puts you straight into Windows. With the Windows side, you either have to do the way that I told you just before, or you can download this app called Boot to Android, which I found on XDA. So all you do, you can either double click the shortcut here, or I've got it down in the taskbar. It'll ask you, it'll tell you your micro PC will boot into Android. So you just go yes, and it'll shut down and start that process. So I'll just let it do its thing. Alright, I'll switch it to portrait because there's a message that comes up in a second, basically saying it's switching over. So there we go, it's now booting into Android. Now this ROM, even though this is an Air II, the ROM I'm running in Android at the moment is for the Air 3G version. The Air 3G version looks identical to the Air II, but it does have a SIM card slot, so it allows you to connect to cell or mobile phone networks for data. Alright, so I'll just rotate that back around. So here we are running Jelly Bean. Just like Windows, it's very smooth. I'll go into settings and just show you about tablets. Sorry, it's on. There we go. Android 5. So it is running Jelly Bean. Like I said, it is very, very smooth. I'm quite impressed. Probably has a little ways to go in terms of stability. I have a couple of minor hiccups every now and then with Android, but for the most part, 99% of the time, it runs perfectly. Animations and everything are pretty smooth. No real concerns there. Probably not as smooth as some more well-known tablets. I think that's more because of the actual Intel processor rather than the tablet itself. I've done gaming, obviously general browsing, YouTube videos and things like that. All of it works flawlessly pretty much. And battery life in Android, like I said, is actually even better than Windows. It will easily get about 4 to 5 hours screen on time before the battery really starts to run out. Anyway guys, I just thought I'd, like I said, this is only a very quick review, just thought I'd give you my general impressions on the Teclast X98 Air II. If you're sort of interested in running Windows or having a Windows tablet but aren't fully prepared to commit to buying, say, a Surface 3 or some other Windows tablet, I would highly recommend that you buy this. It's literally the best of both worlds, Android and Windows. I'm actually planning to take this tablet with me when I go overseas early next year. It's going to be perfect. Anyway guys, thanks for watching my review, and if you have any questions or comments, just send me a message or obviously comment on the video below. Thanks guys.